Okay, hello, and welcome to this video about Inktober, the Inktober experience. And my God, an experience it was. This was ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. I did not know what I was heading into. I'm not used to doing stuff like this. Never done like challenges or trends or anything, so this is kind of my first time doing something like this. Oh, by the way, I'll have the time lapse of what days I could have recorded, because I'm also not used to recording myself drawing. I'm used to myself streaming it because I'm usually learning while I'm streaming it, so that makes sense to me at least. It's also kind of weird to record this. This is my second take of doing this because I listened to the first one and I was like extremely nervous. I'm pretty nervous right now, but I know what to do better. So, take two. Probably should not have revealed that. People are gonna be like, oh, you have to take 2 takes, dude? Like, what the hell? What is this? Yeah, hello, welcome to K&A Extras, where I just put out kind of whatever on here. Not gonna be too focused. It's probably just gonna mostly be art stuff on here. Yeah, back to Inktober. This was a trial. I did not have a vision of success. Thinking of shit to put in, to actually do. You'd think once you have a topic, there you go, that's easy, you got a direction. But the topics are so vague, they could literally be anything. You can even like stretch them if you really wanted to just like make it fit whatever you actually want. It's like when you tell somebody the obvious goal and then they do something completely different. It's like, what the hell are you doing, dude? I said go through this door, but you didn't say which way I had to go through the door. It's like, okay, man, I don't really have time for this. Please just follow the directions. Also, don't mind. You're probably gonna see in the slideshow at the end, because there will be a slideshow of all the drawings I did this month. And in the slideshow, you might be thinking like, oh, there's a couple days missing. Inktober was completely out of my head. And I was like, oh yeah, Inktober's a thing. I should probably try that. So yeah, I've missed the first 5 days. Maybe I'll do like a short of like those first 5 days. Maybe, who knows. I can't really post shorts because the editing program I use is a free version and a lot of the features are locked, like video formatting. So I gotta do a janky way of doing it. So the reason why it's so blurry on YouTube is because I literally make a short out of it through the YouTube video. Speaking of shorts, I did not know, like I definitely don't know how to film my artwork, because compared to like other people who do like the Casey Neistat where they just film like B-roll essentially for like all their strokes and stuff, I'm like, how do you like think of this? I just think of like the context of the picture itself, and these guys are like artistically filming the strokes and the scratches because it's usually ink, pen and ink, and stroke. I mean, I guess you could technically still have strokes if you're using a brush pen. I did it digitally, mostly because it's easier, and I didn't do, well, I guess I have my phone, but yeah, if I was just gonna record myself drawing it, I probably would have just attempted to do the B-roll, and it probably would have looked way worse, so this is the safer option. Plus, I kind of like yapping about stuff, honestly. Have I even talked about Inktober? Oh, it's like I spent like, I should probably get, okay, back to Inktober. Anyways, there is one thing that kind of confused me a lot, and that was my first post. It was the map picture. It was number 5, I think. I don't have any of these pictures up. I'm kind of just podcasting it. Yeah, so the first one had a lot of traction, but like in my head, the other drawings kind of have that ridiculous nature to it. I'm assuming that's why people liked it. I don't know. It's definitely inspired by Spy Kids 2, unironically, with the scene where like Steve Buscemi's like has little miniatures of the weird creatures he makes, and then I kind of based it off of Google Maps, but it's probably not what's even on screen, so it's gonna be really confusing. But anyways, yeah, I probably can't even talk about it. I'll just like react. I'll do like a reaction to all the drawings by the end. But the ones I did record was Bounce. I'm pretty sure Bounce was one. There was some point in time when I just kind of drew random stuff. Did not have any idea of like cohesiveness, which is something I kind of do not have a good grasp on. To be fair, I'm still kind of a baby. I'm heading towards the amateur stage of the art journey. Yeah, Bounce was one that I recorded. That one was like, what if these guys bounced on balls down the highway? And at that time I was like, did not think of anything at the time, and then for whatever reason my brain just likes to connect dots wherever it may be. But not like initially. Initially I like to enjoy the journey. It's like when I'm reading manga or watching anime or watching a show in general, or movies, or TV shows, or comics, or stage plays. I just like to enjoy the experience, except if it's like blatantly treating me like an idiot. It's like, come on, man. Like, I'm trying to have fun here. I don't need to be told I'm stupid. I'm already stupid for being here. So like, while I was drawing the majority of these, I didn't really have any idea where they would go. I think day 10. Day 10 was like, I could probably do something with this. Which kinda, I wonder if this shows if I'm any good at improvisation, because day 6, completely unplanned. Day 10 was completely unplanned, because day 11 is based off of the current arc in my comic. The current story arc. I'll talk about that when I start plugging stuff at the very end. And I was like, yeah, let's just draw random stuff. And then I attempted to get fancy with some of them, like days 12 through 15. Those were like the attempts of being fancy. The one that I guess got the most traction is probably day 13 Rise, when I had a little reptilian demon man come out of a summoning circle, and then there's an open door in the distance. And if you really want to zoom in, it's kind of my comic characters, but you can't really see it, so you're just gonna have to believe me on that. And day 15, I don't know what came over me. The story idea has not activated yet. The idea has not been cemented. It was just like floating around in the mind palace, if you know what I'm saying. And this is based on a character of a future story, because my comic right now, that's kind of practice. It's like glorified practice with a kind of a story to it. But it's for me to just do the fundamentals and practice them, because I do see myself getting better. Like in these Inktober things, I do get a little better, and then I attempt to start doing the story. But I'll save that for a bit later. And then there was, some of these are just like based off of old shit, like Angel, that's based off an old idea. It also takes place in another story that I kind of want to write/draw. A lot of this weird kind of branches off from a dream project of mine that is definitely dead. The dream project is gone because I have reached the age where I will definitely die before I get to finish it, and I would like to live to see my series end. Just a weird take, just a wild take. I'm just putting it out there. So day 19 and 20, that was when the idea finally cemented. And I kind of had to look up like some research material, you know, for these two characters, because I kind of, since the first one was based off of like the goddess of fortune, since the first one was based off the goddess of fortune, I kind of wanted to base these two other characters off of like luck and misfortune and stuff like that. So that's what I did. One of them is based off a Hindu god, and the other one's based off a Chinese god or goddess or like a female figure. I'm not too sure what the context was, because anytime I try to look her up, it's based off of a real person, but the stories of that person are not real. I'm assuming, at least. That'd be really messed up if they were real. I'd kind of just destroy history. But yeah, and then I went to, the whole thing was gonna be the guys on the highway bouncing on the balls were headed somewhere. Whatever they were, I do not know. I'm gonna be totally honest. That was kind of made up on the spot. They show up at the gate, probably wanting to cause chaos or something, looking for a god or a god figure, because that's the typical basic like starting the plot thing. People disgruntled with their lives and how things are run, so they try to find a higher power, and when they find that higher power, it bites them in the ass or scratches them, because that day was scratchy, and yeah, they did not anticipate for any of that to happen. And that's the B plot. That's the B plot. The A plot was just the news boys, the newscast, the news crew. Dale, Carrie, Franklin, and Rich. They found gold somewhere. I don't know where, because I feel like my letters are kind of obvious when I send them to them. And they somehow found gold. They're gonna trade it in. And then they meet the three sisters of fortune, and they are competing over who should have the higher offer. Because one side brought gold. You'd think gold is pretty expensive, right? And then the other side brought abstract paintings. And in my head, I thought that was funny. That might be, now that it's going to be in this video and I explained what it was, it might be a little controversial. I don't have anything against abstract paintings. It's just not my forte. And it's definitely not some of the characters here forte. The other two don't really care. Or one of them doesn't care. He's just putting gold in the barrel, giving it to the people at the exchange, the pawn shop, which is probably not the best place to trade in stuff, because they will probably undercut you for sure. And then two of the characters, Giesta, it's written on her head. It's the name's written on her hat, so that's and I did not bother making it look fancy. I thought it was funnier that it was just written in my handwriting. Hopefully that doesn't hopefully there aren't people like me that look into stuff a little too much and assume like, oh, that's probably like, no, that was definitely just because I thought it was funny. Sorry to squish the theories. This was an attempt to just make like a short form story. I could probably, if I really wanted to, I probably would have set it up a little better, but through singular images it was a little hard. I did see somebody on Twitter, I'll find their name, I'll put it on the screen, because they were making comic pages for each day, and I thought, I am making a comic as well. Why didn't I fucking think of this? Sometimes I feel like an absolute fool, but hey, you live and learn, right? And then the whole encounter ends with a party, because of course you can't have your main characters die, or can you? I don't know. And that's another thing that I kind of learned, is that And that's kind of something I did realize, because this Inktober really messed me up. Inktober kind of ruined my mind for a little bit. It showed me all my weaknesses, all the things that I had problems with. And I kind of get the social media dread. I kind of get it now. When people, because when people don't respond, they just like, because that's the easier thing to do. Kind of sucks, because I kind of want to know like what people like about it. Even though I kind of like stuff, but my Twitter likes are just filled with like references of the kinds of art that I want to make. I could talk about that in another video. Maybe I'll do that in the December one. But doing Inktober really taught me that making stuff online is very difficult. It's really hard. Especially since it's now anybody can access it, you know? It's troubling. Because sometimes you gotta respect people who even put stuff out there on a consistent basis. Maybe not even that consistent, maybe like semi-consistent, because if they say something bad about it, your work affected them in some way, and that's cool. What I learned was making art online is hard. And attempting to do it consistently is like a workout. You can start, and you might put out kind of bad stuff. Probably bad stuff. Most likely bad stuff. But if you keep doing it for a while, maybe you'll get a little better. Maybe you'll get much better. Most likely a little better. The growth is not something you immediately notice. But if you keep working at it, I guess that's any skill. Just keep going, right? And maybe you'll start making bigger and better things in the future. But to be fair, this is coming from a guy who just only posts comic pages, so I honestly wouldn't know. So take that piece of advice, take that words of wisdom from a guy who's still at the bottom, still attempting to climb, not a mountain. For other people, it's a mountain, but for me, it's a wall, and I gotta stick my fingers in the wall and just constantly climb up. Sometimes I'll forget to grip the wall, and I fall a decent amount. That's usually how it feels. I feel like I fall a decent amount. And then I'll just grab onto a previous part I hung onto, and it makes me reflect like, oh, maybe I did go pretty far away, because I fell a long way, a decent amount. I fell a decent amount down. But I'll keep climbing, because this is fun. It's fun attempting to tell stories. It's fun to attempt to tell stories, whether people like it or not. So this is probably the end of the speed draws. Probably have to cut down the audio a bit, but I'm assuming we're at the end. And ooh, look at that. Oh, that one's kind of rough. Oh wow, so fancy. I guess I'll just use this time to plug some stuff. So, oh wow, this one's kind of neat. Oh, that one's kind of nasty actually. Oh, I hope I don't get banned for showing something like that, dude. That's kind of creepy if you ask me. But anyways, if you want to watch me draw live, I'm working on a one-shot on Twitch, because I have new goals for next year. I'm preparing for them now because they are going to take a dog amount of time to do. I'm only on like page 4 as of recording this of the one shot. So if you want to go over and watch those Twitch streams, I usually stream I stream at KNA Live at around 10 a.m. EST. So if you want to come along, yeah, maybe I'll see you there. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Depends on how good this video goes. It's probably not going to do that good. I'm not a podcaster. I'm not a art talker. I don't even know what the hell this video was even about. Oh right, it was about Inktober. If you want to follow my socials, I only have a Twitter account at KNAKevin. And that's where I usually post updates. I post my monthly illustrations. By the way, that was one of my New Year's resolutions. That was like a short-term one. And I'm very close to accomplishing it. I just have to do November, which I am at the very end of. November's almost over, and I barely started it. I'm starting it now. But yeah. So Twitter, at KNAKevin. You can read my comic. For batch releases, like small batch releases of the pages, you can go to Webtoons and Tapas. The comic is called KNA News. If you like it, give it a like. If you give a comment, tell me what you think about it. Or if you if you could do the goofy thing and read it there, put your thoughts of it in the comments of this video. Because that idea sounds funnier to me. It won't be funny later when I check the analytics for those pages. But it will be funny in retrospect when I rethink about it. And if you want to wait for like the full chapter release, because I do release the full chapter a week before the batch releases finish on Manga Plus and Global Comics under the same title, KNA News. And yeah, I guess you can expect more of these. This was interesting. I was a little less nervous the second time around. So probably still sound nervous because this is a little different from streaming. I'm not gonna lie. Because there I could just talk nonsense. Here I kind of did talk nonsense. It's a little of a mix of the two, which I will try to not do too much in the future for these future art talks. So if you like this video, give a like. Maybe share it to like a fellow amateur artist. Maybe they'll be able to relate to this. They probably won't be able to relate to this because it's a ton of rambling. And maybe subscribe. I'll do more of these. Probably will record maybe some random stuff. Sometimes I'll just put random stuff on here. Maybe I could put like Twitch VODs on. Not Twitch VODs, but like edited versions of the Twitch VODs. Or the funnier stuff, because we have fun over there. Drawing nonsense, drawing stupid stuff, studying maybe. Maybe there'll be occasional study streams. But these art talks are interesting, so yeah. Remember to subscribe, give a like, that nonsense. And yeah. Until next time. See you later. Yeah. Until next time. I'll see ya. I kind of feel like I forgot something. This is the first video and... Oh, god damn it!